was in a distance. He would be with his white collar wife and child, stay in his house, and he would go against the society or people who are against the black people, and would write in the newspaper and everything. But it happened that the black man came into his house and wants to marry his daughter. At this close distance, all of a sudden he found out that, no, he's not prepared. He loved the blacks from a distance. When they come too close, he doesn't know how to deal with it. And it is actually something not very difficult to understand. Let's say an animal activist that defends the right of animals, the life of many animals not to get decimated, the seals, for example, in Canada, or even snakes for that matter, alligator, you all know Steve Irwin, God bless him. But would that animal activist, is he able to live in the same house with the snakes and the alligators and all? Of course not. This unity is in distance. When I come too close, the distance is gone. You can't take it. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to come together slowly. But we have to come together though. If we stand and say that I'm staying here stagnated and that's what we are, it's not going to work. Then the few generations after, all of a sudden the power, the problem showers over them and they don't know what to do because they have to deal with so many people of different cultures. We do have to think about each other and get closer. We need to know details if we can. If I want to be succeeding, if I want to be getting the happiness. How do I know how many great black people are out there that they could be my bosom friends? Unless I go to a study to see how these people are. Not necessarily through media and whatnot, but thorough investigations. If I never want to study the black culture, how am I going to find a friend in there? I might lose the opportunity of finding great friends in there. So as Chinese, so as any other race. These cultures are great. In fact, without them, it would be a boring life. Abdul says, if you enter in a garden, it's all black, beautiful roses, all red. I mean, it's a great scene, you could see it, but how long you can stand it before you get bored? After many different colors of the flowers, you would like it. So the essence, of this topic basically is that the word of Shobi Effendi, that he says that we have to understand these principles that he brings down, and it is the principle of unity and diversity. And that needs education, that needs not just mere sacrifice, that I'm just not going to say anything and let them do whatever they want to do, and I be with them. No, that is not actually going to work, to simply say that, hey, we're going to tolerate this or tolerate that and whatnot. Actually, have to sit down and talk to them. I remember in BC, when I was in Prince George, sometimes there was an East Indian girl. She was going to university. She was beautiful. And me and Lisa was talking to her. And we got deeper as a friend. I found out how much difficulty they have within themselves. In fact, there was more difficulty between them than they would have with the white people. I found also among the natives when I was in Ozenburg. I found the natives of North America, because they're really big time the victim of the racism, old racist, they're really victim. But I found that there is a lot of conflict, friction, clashes among themselves that they have with the white people. I'm in Ozenburg, and I knew that every culture has its own solution and remedy. And when I found out about the sweat lodge, I thought this is what we need to have here, sweat lodge and Indian things. Or should we import something from Iran to the reservation? Let's see what these people are behind, what they know themselves. I thought this is good. So I went there. I had to go. There was nobody in Azenberg to come and help me out with it. I had to go talk to the local spiritual assembly, they to the other natives, and they found out there is a fellow by the name Alex Skeed, I think. They told me to go to Alex Half. We went from Azenberg about a few hours down to Canora. There's a reservation, Rat Portage, I think. We went there and talked to Alex Half, so-called, and there was a big problem between us and him. And this was the wrong guy. Later, actually, we found out. First, it was me and Vince, I think, yeah. We went there to Rat Portage, which was the reservation within the Canora itself, I think, yeah. Divinely guided, I think. We just ended up to going, not Alex Half, but we went to Alex Skeed, a different Indian. And I thought he's the Baha'i. He wasn't. I thought this is the Baha'i that we have been sent to him. So I talked to him that we need this things to happen here at Azenberg. He was a tall Indian, really a glorious man. He looked at me, he said that, sure, I am Baha'i too. I am a lot of good things. And I think that's good, I agree with it. I told him, sir, could you help us? So he immediately, this man, for the sake of, I guess, his faith, his religion, created this sweat lodge, and me and Nasrullah plus this Indian, I think, well, I don't know, Wazikizik, what's his last name? I don't remember right now. So we went there, and it was great. Everybody was happy about it. And I came to reservation up north now, back in Azenberg. There was another Wazikizik there, Stanley Wazikizik, I don't remember that. I said, they said, this guy, as soon as I talked to him about Alex Skeed coming here, he was just abrupted. No, he's from a different nation. He's this and that and that. And I was myself, of course. I told him, I don't understand what you're saying, different nations. How could it be a different nation? He's Ojibwe, you're Ojibwe, this is only half an hour away. No, he cannot come here and we don't go here. Then I found out that they told me that, yeah, don't get involved in this. This is not something that you can solve. So the two Indian shamans, I guess they were, or something. They were not, seeing each other. It was not the fault of Alex Skeed at all. This man was very spiritual. And when we went to get to assembly, said Alex Skeed, said, no, you went to the wrong guy. We went to Alex Half, and we found that this guy called himself Baha'i. He was totally irrelevant, didn't know anything. God sent us to Alex Skeed. Point of the matter is that the problem is there. This conflict is not just between the races anymore. It's just there are certain people, they like conformity. They don't want to move. They don't want to change. And it's just changing right now. Its phase from, color nowadays to religion, difference in the religion. Nowadays they're attacking anybody who's Muslims or has Islamic name or is from Middle East. They don't like him. And some of it goes again back to other conformists that said that no, they're attacking the homosexuals. It's just those who don't want to change and they don't like change. And then the number increases, they pick on the minority that cannot change or doesn't want to change. And this is where it comes, the problem comes. So I think the solution of Baha'u'llah is that unity and diversity is that we have to understand it. And how do we understand this? He says the religion has to be according to science and logic. See what's logical and what's scientific. If it is wrong, oppose it. Baha'i faith is against smoking. Although some people may say that, oh, we don't like Baha'i faith, he told us we can't smoke. No, Baha'i faith is against smoking, against drinking, against anything that harms mankind, its body, his soul, and his society, his economy, his wellness. All the scientists are against it, so we are. We're a scientific religion. But there are things that scientifically can't be against it. They're just simply, people are different. Somebody wants to have a turban on his head, so let him have. How could we create then a society of many, many, many differences? If we do this, this is the task of the planet today, to understand this phrase, unity in diversity. You have to be united, but you have to stay diverse. If you are diverse, let it be. Baha'i faith is practical. It takes this unity right into the bed, right into marriage. That's the closest relationship. Encounter the fourth type, I guess they call it. So, in the marriage, is this bigger unity than that? So people are really united there. They know things about each other that nobody else on the planet knows about them. Every part of their body, their soul, they are one. They create kids, children. They love each other, they trust each other. The unity is there. Baha'u'llah says, it's okay. If one wants to be a Baha'i and wants to be a Muslim, that's fine. Diversity is right there at that unity.